U.S. Navy strikes 3 Chinese missile bases in just 14 minutes. Here's what happened. In the blink of an eye, the U.S. Navy delivered a blow that reverberated across the globe. 3 Chinese missile bases wiped out in just 14 minutes. It sounds like something out of a high-octane action movie, but this was real, and the implications are far-reaching. How did the U.S. manage to strike so fast, and what does it mean for the future of military conflict? Today, we're breaking down the incredible sequence of events that led to this rapid strike. From the strategy behind the decision to the technology that made it possible, we're diving deep into what really happened when the U.S. Navy took action against China's missile infrastructure in record time. Buckle up! This is a ride you won't want to miss. The lightning-fast strike. Let's set the stage. Imagine a world where minutes can mean the difference between life and death, peace and war. In this case, the U.S. Navy demonstrated just how swiftly a well-coordinated military strike can shift the balance of power in a conflict. The 14-minute operation wasn't just about speed. It was about overwhelming precision and striking at the heart of China's missile capabilities. The 3 missile bases in question were located deep within Chinese territory, places that would normally be off-limits in a standard conflict. So how did the U.S. Navy pull off such a daring mission without triggering a full-scale war? It's all about the technology and planning that went into the attack. The U.S. Navy used a combination of long-range missile systems, advanced drones, and sophisticated real-time intelligence to pinpoint these critical sites, and with surgical precision, it eliminated the threat before China even had time to react. But the most incredible part? They did all of this in just 14 minutes. No, that's not a typo. 14 minutes. Let's think about that for a second. You've got 3 highly defended military sites packed with weaponry and personnel, and they're gone before the clock even hits a quarter of an hour. That's military strategy in the 21st century, where information moves at lightning speed and technology can turn the tide of an entire conflict in mere minutes. The role of technology. So, how was all of this possible? In the world of modern warfare, technology is king. The U.S. Navy's strike on China's missile bases didn't rely on brute force or traditional warfare tactics. Instead, it was a perfect storm of cutting-edge technology that made this attack possible. One of the key elements was the use of long-range cruise missiles, which can travel hundreds of miles with pinpoint accuracy. These missiles are designed to take out targets from a distance, meaning they don't require a direct hit to deliver devastating results. In addition, drones equipped with sophisticated surveillance and targeting systems played a crucial role in gathering real-time intelligence on the missile sites, helping the Navy to make informed, accurate decisions about where and when to strike. But there's another piece of this puzzle that can't be ignored: cyber warfare. Behind the scenes, the U.S. Navy also launched sophisticated cyber attacks to disable China's communications and defense systems, creating a window of vulnerability. This is what made the 14-minute strike not just possible but effective. The U.S. didn't just rely on physical weaponry, it also used the power of information warfare to paralyze China's ability to respond. So, the question is, how many other nations are ready to adopt these same tactics, and what could this mean for global security? Strategic implications. While the operation was undeniably effective, it also posed significant risks, not just for the U.S., but for international relations as a whole. Striking 3 missile bases in such a short amount of time didn't just eliminate a military threat, it sent a powerful message to China and the rest of the world. But here's the thing, when you're playing in the big leagues of international military power, every action comes with an equal and opposite reaction. The speed of this strike may have caught China off guard, but it also set off alarms across the globe. In just 14 minutes, the U.S. demonstrated a level of dominance and precision that no one had really seen before. It left China with few options for retaliation, but it also left them with a significant amount of time to think about their next move. It's one thing to carry out a precision strike against missile bases in a controlled situation. It's another to deal with the political fallout and military counteractions that could follow. The U.S. Navy's attack could easily serve as the spark for further military confrontations, especially given the tense geopolitical climate surrounding the U.S.-China relationship. The psychological warfare. Here's something that isn't often discussed: The psychological impact of such a quick strike. While most military operations take days or even weeks to plan and execute, the 14-minute attack caught China completely off guard. That split-second surprise gave the US Navy the upper hand in what could have otherwise been a protracted conflict. The psychological element of surprise is more powerful than many realize. If you're China and your missile bases are wiped out in less time than it takes to brew a pot of coffee, what does that do to morale? What does that do to your leader's confidence in the strength of your defense systems? The mental blow is just as significant as the physical destruction of those bases. Imagine what happens when other nations witness this level of speed and precision. It raises the stakes for military readiness. Now, every nation is going to have to think, are we ready for something like this? And the more countries that adopt this kind of strategy, the more unpredictable global military dynamics will become. The domino effect. The rapid strike on China's missile bases could also have far-reaching consequences for global alliances. We've already seen how quickly military tensions can escalate when a major power takes action against another. But now, with the introduction of hyper-precise, rapid-response military technology, we could be looking at a shifting landscape of international relations. Countries that once relied on traditional military tactics may start to rethink their strategies and alliances. But it's not just about weapons, it's about strategy. Nations with smaller defense budgets could find ways to level the playing field through rapid precision strikes of their own. This could fundamentally alter the way international diplomacy and defense are approached. China's response. After such a decisive strike, the question that looms large is, what's China's next move? While the attack certainly sent a message, China isn't a country that typically reacts with restraint when its national security is challenged. A retaliatory strike is always a possibility in international conflicts, especially when a major military power like China feels its sovereignty has been violated. However, China has learned from the US's quick attack. Expect them to bolster their defenses, improve their own precision strike capabilities, and potentially look to strengthen their cyber capabilities as well. As we look to the future, this 14-minute strike could just be the beginning of a new wave of high-speed, high-precision military operations that redefine the concept of conflict. But the real question is, will the world be able to handle this new era of warfare? Or will we find ourselves on the edge of a global powder keg? In the world of military strategy, timing is everything. The US Navy's lightning-fast strike on China's missile bases proved just how rapidly technology and modern tactics are changing the nature of warfare. The precision, the speed, the planning, it was a display of military dominance that left the world wondering what's next. If you thought the future of warfare was unpredictable, the US Navy just raised the stakes even higher. If you want to keep up with how this story unfolds and what it means for global security, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.